Well, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. This is the first official weekend of summer 2024 getting here. Bit of a bumpy ride, very active week in many parts of the country, including southern Ontario. We had some intense storms dropping quite a bit of rainfall. Localized flooding has been a concern, and it will continue to be, in fact, as we track some more storms, certainly for today. But that is not the only signature of some of the storms we've been tracking across the country in Saskatchewan. Also some hail and heavy rain. In fact, that'll be an area of concern for today. We'll get into that in just a moment. But let's talk about some of the good stuff. Boy, I could look at this view all day long. Beautiful stuff out of the Banff area in Alberta. And I think that's where we're going to start things off as we welcome meteorologist Rhythm Reet. Good to see you, Rhythm. Let's get a sort of an overall perspective and then pick up through each region of what we can expect.
Well, let's take a look at this final week of June, and what we're going to be looking at is in terms of temperatures, no major extremes across the country. We've seen that heat dome in the east just a week ago. It was hot, it was sweltering, but as we take a look at how this jet stream is going to be playing around, we will see a little bit of a warm up, cool down across the country, but nothing too extreme and long lasting.
And you know, when we talk about the jet stream, just for our viewers' benefit, it's a river of air that for the most part really carries those active systems along, and we're seeing a boundary that's going to be the trigger or the catalyst to maybe some severe limit storms across the prairies today.
And that is going to be the setup that we're going to be keeping a close eye on for today, Anwar. Right across regions of Saskatchewan, Alberta, taking a look at severe storms and more likely severe likely storms towards the southern regions of Saskatchewan, bringing about 1 or 2 tornadoes. And this is all thanks to this boundary bringing ample amounts of moisture over the Rockies, and that is going to continue to bring to fruition these thunderstorms through the afternoon. Additionally, grabbing some more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico to trigger some of those storms further towards the east as we're heading into our Monday. So active system ahead for areas across the prairies in Western Canada for the beginning of this week.
Now, you mentioned the Gulf of Mexico. It's been a tropical field, certainly from Ontario eastward. You know, Humanex readings into the mid-40s in some spots, and that has been problematic. It's the first real taste of the extreme element, but that is only one aspect. The other is the severe weather, and we've been tracking that. It has been not necessarily, front-driven, just the instability, the daytime heating, so it's pop-up. So let's walk through that.
And it's all that moisture that's really lifting it up. But we'll see a relief from all of this humidity. The same low pressure that's going to be impacting areas across the west, that's going to shift towards the east. And the cold front behind it is finally going to sweep up all of that moisture as we head towards the end of the week across regions of Quebec and into Ontario. However, Anwar, it is going to still mean trouble across regions of Atlantic Canada. Still looking at that risk for some thunderstorms, but also heavy rainfall as we're going through this week, especially for areas across the Avalon as well as through areas of New Brunswick. But I do have some good news across areas of Labrador where we do have those evacuations still in place for those wildfires. It is going to spell out a little bit more rain and relief and hopefully help those wildfire efforts.
Yeah, certainly the moisture is good in that regard, but when we're talking 75 millimeters, 3 inches, flooding is another concern. So let's just round things out as we push into Canada Day weekend.
Well, what we can say so far for Canada Day weekend is that it's looking a little unsettled across the east, with this jet stream showing a little bit of troughing across regions of central Canada, eastern Canada. It is going to mean a little bit more of a rainy event as we're heading towards Saturday, but temperatures very comfortable across the country.